nation. Thank you for tuning into What's Happening Now with Laura. This evening is going to be an epic show. I'm so excited. I almost don't want to do my little rant before, but you know what? You have to do what you have to do, and you know, the rest will follow. It's going to be great. I want you guys to be near your phones. I want you to be ready. I want you to be riveted. I want you to be there with us from now until 10 o'clock. It's going to be a good one. This is, after all, the platform where we make your stories our stories. So anyway, let's get the trending news out of the way. So Sean Edwards is going to sue. He's in the process of talking with his lawyers with regard to defamation of character, with regard to this whole minister's account. And let me tell you something. I agree. I agree with Sean. Your name is being defamed. You don't think that you're deserving of the character assassination, and I'm using those words deliberately, the character assassination of your good name, then you need to sue. Because I, for one, I am sick and tired of ministers, parliamentarians, slapping each other across the face in Parliament and elsewhere, where they know that they're not going to, they enjoy immunity, right? And they know things about each other, and they just jete powell here, there, and everywhere, and doing nothing. If you know a man has transgressed, and if you know what he did was illegal, you know it's going to have implications for us, the citizens of this country, the people who hired you, the people who voted for you to take care of our business. If you know that a minister has misplaced or is misguided in his dealings, you need not only to shed some light on it, you need to do something about it. I am sick and tired of all of the allegations. This one do this one do that, and nothing, heads don't roll. I think it's high time that somebody in this country suffers the consequences for defamation of character. If and only if, and that's a big if, what they're saying or what they're accusing the other person of is absolutely false. But if you know what you're saying about the person is the truth, 100% the truth, you need to do something about it. And when I say do something about it, not just initiate some sort of action to cower and to make people submit to you and don't carry on with it. You remember the village and town council saga where Alan Shastney and Ezekiel Joseph were hauled before the courts? Up to now, 5 years onwards, there has not been a resolution to this case. And then we hear people like the former Prime Minister, Kenny Anthony, on a platform nonetheless, on a platform talking about how he almost had Guy Joseph. Almost doesn't count, sir. Because you had the opportunity. You were the one who called elections. If you knew you almost had him in whatever situation, it was incumbent upon you to ensure within your tenure that you got him. That we, the citizens of this country, were not saddled with a minister who has an axe hanging over his head. I am sorry. And for me, this speaks to your arrogance, sir. This speaks to your arrogance. You never thought that you and your party would have lost the elections, which is why you did nothing about it. And it reminds me of the hit list, the police hit list that you said that you saw, that you knew that there was a police hit list. You knew that these 12 guys who were killed, according to the police, during the line of duty, according to the Impacts report, extrajudicial killings. You said you knew that there was a hit list. You saw it, not with my eyes, with your own 2 eyes. You saw that list. You did nothing about it. You said nothing until after the fact. You said you saw it. And now, again, you were about to get Guy Joseph, and you didn't. You almost had him, but elections didn't just roll along the way. You called elections. Now, which brings me to the $2.5 million inquiry that you undertook for 3 years. The taxpayers of this country paid $2.5 million to a financial wheeze. Let's just put it that way for want of a better word. A financial forensics expert. 2.5 million EC dollars, 3 years, including a final payment in July. For what? What was the reason for that inquiry? We don't know, and that seems to be your MO. So when you're trying to talk about political fraud, sir, I am sorry. You need to redefine what political fraud is. I would like to know when that $2.5 million was sanctioned in cabinet or sanctioned in parliament through the budget. Because we seem to not have any recollection of that $2.5 million or any inquiry being commissioned to look into matters unknown, results unknown. And you want to talk about political fraud? You want to talk about promises that people make and break all the time? You forget jobs. You forget $100 million in the economy immediately upon taking office. And then, like a splash of cold water to our faces, the idiots, you decide, you and your Minister of Education decide to redefine the word immediately. It doesn't mean right away. What dictionary did your Minister of Education use to define or to find the definition of immediately? So when you talk about political fraud, excuse me, sir, if I do not find it the least bit amusing, interesting, or plausible, let that come from somebody else, not you. Because I seem to recall Grindberg 9 years. 9 years we knew nothing about Grindberg. And when it came to light, you tried to sweep it under the carpet. And when that didn't work, you tried to foster it onto somebody else. Poor Stephenson King. And you want to talk about political fraud. These are the issues that you need to talk about. These are the issues that you need. We deserve an answer from you. But meanwhile, while we have character assassination on one side and political hitmen on the other side, we have 7-year-olds being raped in this country. We have 22-year-olds raped in this country. We have men who are on bail or who have been let out of prison for murder. They've served their time, they've come out. They were in prison for murder. Come out. And what do? Rape the daughters of this country. And we hear nary a word. Not a word, not a word, not a word. Not from the men, not from the women, not a word from any of the politicians. And you want to stand on a platform, a political platform, and preach to us when we needed to hear from you in the House. But instead of being the men, the parliamentarians that we voted for representation in the House, not on the market steps, in the House, you decide to walk out. You decide to walk out. And it's not enough that you've called people in the House, parliamentarians in this August House, criminals, renegades, poodles. Now they're hitmen. And you want to talk about political fraud. I am not impressed, sir. And when I hear Rick Wayne and others talk about your pedigree, like it is worth something, we're supposed to be in awe of all of your scholastic achievements. I say to you, sir, it's not even worth the paper on which your diplomas and your degrees are written on. You don't seem to get it. You had your day in the sun. You had your day in the sun. You squandered it. And by all accounts, it would seem that you want to come back. What? You had forgotten what purgatory was, huh? You forgot what political purgatory was? I hope you remain there, because we gave you a chance again to come back and to prove your mettle, and you did not prove it. So I think right now, sir, I think it's time that you remain where you are. If you want to be a consultant, if you want to be, directing your party, direct your party, but not in the forefront. Not in the forefront. I don't think you're the right person for the job. You've proven that you're not the right person for the job. Am I saying that the guys who are there right now are the right ones for the job? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. But you, the things that you say, a man of your caliber, it ought not to be. It really ought not to be. So I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with the political fraud. I'm not impressed with your comments. I think you're living in a political utopia. And I, for one, I would like to be, or I would like to experience another kind of euphoria. But having said all of this, are we the least bit concerned about the common entrance examinations results? I mean, the little girl, Miss Barnett, who got 98.7 or 98.3%, bravo to her. I'm impressed. That I am impressed with. That is as near perfect as you could get. I'm not sure that we have had anybody perform better than her. And I stand corrected if I'm wrong. But I am sorely concerned about the children from Angers and John Odlum Secondary and Grosley Secondary. I mean, when you have children scoring 13%, 13% in a regional exam, what are we saying? What are we saying? I am concerned, and I've always been concerned, that in an era, in a time where we have universal secondary school education, I think we're doing a disservice to our children. It cannot be. It cannot be that in grade 6, at age 11 and 12, that you're scoring 13% on an exam. So it tells me that that child or those children have not yet been able to master grade 6, grade 5, grade 4, grade 3 work. And we're not going to even look at the infant school leg of things. We're looking at just the primary leg from grade 3 to grade 6. You're getting 13%. What are we doing? What is the state of the education system? It seems everything in this country is broken. What is the state of our education system? Should we'll be looking forward to an overhaul of our education system? Is it any wonder that we are churning out more functionally illiterate children than ever before? What are the remedial courses? Are these children going to be enrolled? Are we ever going to get to a point where there is mandatory remedial summer classes for certain children? You cannot be leaving grade 6 with 13% on an exam, going to Form 1, where there is a huge jump from what you used to at primary school to what's going to happen in secondary school without any sort of preparation work. There needs to be a summer program which is mandatory for certain students. We need to be able to redefine education in this country. because it is apparent that what exists does not work for every child. We have a cookie cutter approach to this thing, and it's not working. And who suffers? The children. And we have the statistics. The statistics are there. They're clear as day. We know where these children are coming from. We know the schools they are coming from. But we do nothing. The approach year in and year out to primary school and secondary school education is exactly the same. The curriculum does not differ from geographical area to geographical area. It remains the same. But we know that there are areas because they consistently perform poorly. And yes, I'm not categorizing everybody, but we have to generalize a little bit to get to the crux of the matter. Yes, you will get a child from a certain area who gets 88%, 92%, 94%. But the vast majority of children from certain schools in certain areas is so significantly below par. What are we doing to help the future children coming out of these schools or going to these schools? And there's a particular school where the lowest grade, I think, was 13% or 16%, and the highest score was 92%. What is going to happen to those children? Because they're obviously yards, miles ahead of their counterparts. Are we going to leave the vast majority behind and cater to the few? Are we going to separate these kids? Are we going to segment them? Are we going to have a different approach? What are we doing? We don't hear enough. I went to a meeting on Sunday, and one of the recurring cries was that we're not hearing enough from the Ministry of Education. What are we doing for our children? What are we doing? I know we have a capable Minister of Education, but what are the programs being initiated? What are some of the safety nets for those children who are falling through the cracks every year? And it's like it's a step, it's a building block. You know, you falter in grade 3 and you have no remedial courses, you have no preparatory courses to take you from one level to the next. By the time you get to Form 1, it's almost hopeless. It's almost hopeless. What are we doing? But instead we are busy bickering over stupidness. You know, it's par for the damned course. There's a minister's account, there's a minister's account. You either can or you cannot explain it away. And if you cannot explain it away, those who can explain its existence need to do so, but need to take action. They ought not to be waiting for the minister accused to be threatening court action. Do something. Show us that you're serious, that you mean business. Otherwise, the Calypsonians are going to continue to ridicule you. The nation is going to continue to ridicule you and take you to task for everything that you do, good, bad, or indifferent. Anyway, I've said enough tonight about this. There'll be time enough to go over it in detail. As for me, this is their political utopia. I would like to remain in euphoria. When we come back, my guests, stay tuned. Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned right here to what's happening now with Laura. My guest this evening really needs no introduction. I mean, from the time this guy came down the road to finally being here in my chair, he really has redefined the soca music in this country. He has given us hit after hit after hit, starting with Coming Down the Road, Wine Up on Me, Out and Bad, On the Road, Land of Wine, one of my personal favorites, Juve Morning, Baka, Gone Clear, Big People Party, oh my gosh, even Controversy follows this guy around. Sweet soca music, I mean, really and truly, another one of my favorites. Ali, 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 yes, Ali, to all of the backbiting and all of the naysayers. This guy has simply been amazing, amazing. I remember my first experience hearing his vocals. It had nothing to do with soca music. Come a few years later, I'm hearing him like, this is the same guy, the guy who was singing this song, Azaiwa. Amazing. So without further ado, you know who I'm talking about, the no code guy himself, none other but Teddyson T.J. John.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Nice introduction there. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
priceless, right?
Yes. One thing she have always.
Priceless. Yes. So talk to me, TJ. How has it been? I mean, you have your big show coming up in a couple of days. I can imagine you have no sleep. Don't know you, right?
Don't know me. No.
Right. So TJ, before we go into Euphoria and the next couple of days, your journey from that show I spoke about, the Zaiwa, and to coming down the road. Talk to us about your transition from doing that with your brothers on Blue Mango and coming into the soca scene.
Wow, it's been an amazing journey for me. I was always involved in music, somewhat. I mean, we were raised up in the church in full gospel Pentecostal.
Whoa.
Yes, I want to big up mommy there. Mommy listening. Hey, mommy. Hey. So we were raised up in church. I used to be a part of the junior choirs and that kind of stuff in church. But music is something that was a part of me. I didn't know where we got it from because it was like a natural thing. We never really went to like a music school.
Your parents are musical?
No, that's the thing.
Neither of your parents.
Mommy and dad. Mommy does normally hammer tunes and do a little thing, but we don't know where we really got that.
And all of you are into music.
One of my brothers, Francis John, Print Factory. He plays bass with Blue Mango Alibi. There's another brother of mine, Hervin John, which is on the cruise ship. That one plays keyboards. My sister sings. Another brother of mine sings too. So we have a little, we call it like a John 4, not Jackson 5. We call it a John 4.
John 4.
Yeah, John 4 in the family. So we have a little unit, but everybody's just on their own thing. But I was the one that probably took it, and wanted to run with it.
Will we see a John 4?
That would be nice. I think I might probably do that for Euphoria 6. You never know.
There you go. You never know.
It would be a nice vibe.
You never know.
There's so many different elements to me and what influenced my music. From the church, I love my R&B music in school. I used to do that little competitions in school. Went to George Charleston. I went to Sarah Simmons Secondary. And then after that, jazz. I got into jazz with my other brother, Francis. The group was Sojourn at the time with Richard Payne, which is
right.
The
Yes.
director. And we had Ian on drums. One other brother, Zach Popo. That year we had Rob Zai with us.
Yes.
In the middle. But I was one of the new ones, So just coming into it and doing that kind of stuff. They gave me the opportunity to do a lot of stuff. Sojourn turned into Blue Mango. You understand why I had to sing the Creole and the French and that kind of vibe. I had to do that. But there's so many people that were influential in me doing music. Those like Barbara Cadet, you understand, give me that opportunity. I used to play percussions with Barbara Cadet and backup vocals.
Now, and that's the other thing. I hear you're a mad percussionist. I hear you. You're
Well,
multi-instrumentalist.
Well, drums is my first instrument. Drums is my first. If I was not singing, I'd probably be
Drumming.
Yeah, drums is my first. I play a little bit of keyboards. I play a little bit of bass, but everything is by ear.
Right.
So I don't really do it. I can't really, like, let's say, like,
Read the music
read
and-
music. None of us can. But we just play by ear. We just
No
play by ear.
way.
Yeah. And there are people
You're not serious.
Yeah, there are people like that. You don't really. All right, for instance, the musicians, for me, I like a musician to be able to feel what he does.
Right.
If I take out a piece of paper in front of you, I still want you to put you in.
Right.
And some musicians, when you take out the paper,
They're lost.
yeah,
They're the music and the music is them.
But
Right.
it's all well and good to know. I would encourage everybody to still, if you had to go to the music school, get it done and learn it. It's just that for me, everything was happening so quick that I really didn't really take, like, I think I didn't have the patience.
I learned to
You
read
know?
music,
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You serious?
I can't play one instrument.
But you learned
But
how to
I learned
You
how
see?
to read
Well,
music.
well.
But it's for me, it's like what you say, it's a vibe, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
And I loved music, but I didn't have the time. I think I must go check myself. I think I may have attention deficit a little bit
I think
because
I think it's
just
the time. I think it's making the time to do it. With everything that was happening with me, it was a lack of probably discipline on my end to make
Right.
it happen, because I had a lot of people telling me, Teddy, go check it out.
Right.
Richard used to invite me a lot to the school
and,
of
and
music.
that's
Yeah.
the other thing I was just about to say.
Yeah.
You actually, when you look at these artists and you say associated acts,
Yeah.
you're associated
Yeah,
to Richard
yeah,
Payne,
yeah,
who is the
yeah,
director for the
yeah,
School of Music,
yeah.
and you can't read
we,
music.
we, it was just something that was never,
Yeah.
we just had a natural vibe. So I felt beats naturally. I felt percussion, patterns naturally. I would play a little bit of bass naturally. So that just came. So I
Right.
just went, with that, with Richard and Blue Mango, they gave me that opportunity to do a different side of music. It was more on the French,
Right,
that
yes.
French side. It was not too Americanized. So that's why I got to like meddle with different types of beats that I learned. When we went over to a festival in Martinique, or we went to Cayenne, or we went to Paris. We go all these places, and I did that on the jazz scene. And while I was there, I was just taking a lot of information. I was soaking up everything like a sponge, and
Wow.
then when I decided to go into, soca music.
Into the slackness, into the slack music. So talk to us about that. How did you make that transition from jazz music
Wow.
to soca music?
Okay, I'll tell you a true story. We were on a cruise ship. We worked on a cruise ship. I worked on a cruise ship with my brother, Hervin, in a band called Phase 5. We worked on celebrity cruises. It was myself, my brother Stretch, Des on bass, and Pen on drums.
Like the
Yeah,
pen.
The Pen on drums. Yeah, that's when Pen didn't have no love. Yeah, Pen, yeah. Eating that much chicken on the boat. Yeah, Pen, big up yourself. Yeah. But Pen and them was just starting off 758 studios, as
Right.
Pen and Ace. And that's before they actually had, the studio. They used to make, in Pen's apartment, they used to make beats and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And Pen always used to tell me, Teddy, come in the vibe, I was like, so me coming in from,
Your
where
little
I
jazz
come from,
vibe
I come
from
from
your church.
I dig in ours, I was like, nah, I was like, if I come into that, I don't want to, you have to block my face, because I want people to see it's me, I
Right.
want people to see. So I was like, Pen, nah, I know if I can, I know if I can do that. Pen was like, Teddy, just get the thing a shot. You like your R&B? Yeah, I tell him, yeah. So it's like singing groovy, and he was telling me, so it's
Yep.
like singing, a R&B song on a little groovy beat. I was like, okay, I go, So while they were putting something together, I told him, pass a pen there for me and the paper, let me just organize that. And then my first soca song was Coming Down the Road.
You penned that yourself?
Yeah. We did the chorus. I was always good with the chorus, the hooks and the melodies. That's something
Right.
I'm strong in. Not penning like a full song.
Right.
And then we put it together. The three of us
Okay.
put it together. Pen, Ace, myself. You understand? We put it together right there. And my first time doing it,
Your
People
first
didn't
time was wow.
Yeah, the first time doing it, Teddy Francis was like, Teddy, listen to me, TJ. A Groovy Monarch has to
Right.
be born. And then everything happened so quick. You know, I remember that competition clearly.
And that was your first
And that was
song.
my first
And that
song.
was your first crown.
First crown.
Wow. How
song.
was that feeling?
It was, I mean, I didn't know what to think because that world, I was just getting accustomed to that. So,
Right.
Nicole David Alpha, you know, Ninja Dan Manchester, you know,
Right.
there's a bunch of people I used to look at, Ricky T,
Right.
you know, as people I used to look at,
Yeah.
you know, from on the other side, but now being a part of the whole vibe.
And it just come and mash up the whole
it
thing.
just came, no, it mashed up, but it just came, you know, it was a little, it was a nice experience, but the things that when I figured out, okay, it was just a little shot, I did that for a little bit, a little doing nothing. Then next year, they said I had to go and defend, and
But
I
you
had
have
come
to,
back.
but you have to.
No, so they forced me to do it,
They
and
forced
that's
you.
how I ended up.
So you only wanted, this was supposed to be just a
This
one-time
was
thing
supposed
for
to be a
you.
one-off thing.
And then you had to come back and defend
Yeah, I
the
didn't want to
thing.
get involved in that.
And then you came with what?
That it was Wine Up On Me.
And then you came up with Wine Up On
yeah,
Me,
that yeah,
right.
Black put me in a
N-
coma, but
right.
it's all right, yeah,
And then Suzette just come and wine up on you.
Suzette just gave us
What?
it. But that year was years when the inside Gatey there,
Right,
it was just,
yes.
if people remember that time, that was just, everybody had their crew, everybody had
Yes,
that
absolutely.
kind of vibe.
I was at that show.
Oh Lord.
I felt the ground shaking.
Let me tell you something, Gatey, inside there was an energy that we never saw before, and you never know how many supporters you have when things don't go, you know, away. You understand?
Right.
You get to see who really riding through. So that night, you know, everybody, it was,
But in all fairness, that night was a real toss-up. I
It
think
was- yeah.
there was some really, really good
Yep.
songs that year.
Yep.
And it could have gone to anybody. I mean, everybody has their person, and
Yeah.
they go like, oh, TJ.
Yeah.
I was a TJ person,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, Suzette was just
Suzette
mashing
let me
up
tell you something,
everything.
Suzette could have taken a road match.
Yes.
And Suzette could have taken a power soca if he had speed up. You understand?
And I
But-
think for Suzette, what it reminded me of was a black man feeling to soca. That was what that came. Yeah, and as a mad tune. As a mad tune.
Classics.
So you're right. So and it's still Suzette
Yep.
really is. If you go
Yep.
to a fete, if you go to a session right now and they play Suzette,
Yep.
everything, you know,
You
is
get that
up in
kind
the
of
air.
vibe.
But in all honesty, that was a real tosser.
That was a lovely year too. That after that year, what I did after that, I cannot recall it. The next year, I think we did when it went to Point Seraphim. I think it was Out and Bad. At the time, the whole stage
Right.
cut off.
Right.
You
Yes,
know,
yes,
Lord,
yes, yes.
Lord,
Out and Bad, yes.
Yeah, Groovy Monarch have stories.
Yes, oh, lots
But I
of
think
stories.
it really.
But you came through like a trooper that year,
Yeah,
though.
that year, people thought it was planned. People thought it was planned because I did not look at the back to find out
What's going
anything.
on, right.
The entire stage cut off, the front of house playing and nothing not on stage.
Yeah.
And I remember that year, I talked to the people with like sign language.
Yeah,
Like after
yes,
three,
yes,
jump in.
yes,
That night,
yes,
it
yes,
is
yes.
half of
I
the
remember
thing.
that, I
So
remember that.
we had great, you know, stories there in the Monarch. I think the competition itself has helped, you know, in a way to get me more familiar with people and people are more familiar, you know.
So you're coming out of a jazz scene, coming
Yeah.
out of that, you know.
Yeah.
First of all, coming out of the gospel
Oh,
scene.
yes,
You know,
yes,
coming
yes.
from the church scene,
Yeah.
coming into, you know, breaking out a little bit into the jazz
Yeah,
scene.
a little
And at
bit,
one point,
yeah.
jazz was considered devil's music.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I got my little, you know, I got my little, you know, licks for it, you know,
Right.
with the jazz, you know,
Uh-huh.
what it was and this and that.
And
But
that was not good enough.
yeah, it was not good. But for me, I was just a lover of music,
Music.
you know, and there's certain things that I wanted to do and there's certain things that there's stuff I wanted to sing about. I think there was much more that I could have, you know, contributed. Like for me, I was there all along doing music, and when I came out, that's when people thought, okay, he like where he come from. But I've always
Right,
been, I was
right.
always there.
Exactly.
I was always doing music.
Exactly.
I was always.
I remember getting into a fight with somebody when they said, when you came out with Coming Down the Road, oh, but that is a foreign artist. And I said, no, man, that man has been
remember
around
that day,
for a
in
while.
the Philip Park. That was my first time I got to perform that, and everybody thought he was from overseas. And I was
Yes.
like, no, I've been here. I live in Waterworks Road. I by Edgewood School there. I go by Ammon buy bread. I live in here. Lyra's down there. My mother sent me in by Pigtail. I live in here. You know, so, but it
Yeah,
was
but
just
you came with a different
a
sound.
different kind of thing.
Now you've not always been, and you said, like you
Yeah.
said, you always love your little
Yeah,
R&B and whatever.
yeah, yeah.
You did a stint overseas, right? You entered some sort of a competition
I did
from the band or something.
Yeah, it was in 2010. I got called. That was something that the only people that knew about that was my family and my baba at the time. I didn't tell nobody. That was something I got invited to a series called Making His Band.
Right.
Yeah, with Diddy, and Puff Daddy was putting his band together for his new album. You know, so I was one of those from the Caribbean,
Right.
you know, who got up there.
But you
And,
came in as a
I came
drummer.
in as a drummer. Yeah, got cut off on the 8th round.
Wow, you made it that
I
far.
made it that far. I got cut
Wow,
off on the 8th
awesome.
round, and they told me what I needed to work on, so I went back to you know,
The
get
drawing
it
board.
done and work on it. But it was a lovely experience being from the islands and seeing that and being able to do that. I was one round away from moving into the house.
Right.
You know, and then they would start filming, like, you know, those
Yes.
reality shows.
Yes.
Yeah. But it
I
a
was
good-
in Canada, I think, at the time when you did that.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I was quite surprised that nobody had known about that.
Nah, I
though.
kept that. Nah, if something had really pop off, you know, from
Yeah,
that, I would
yeah.
have made, because I didn't know.
Right.
I didn't know what was going on. So I
But you
just
could have
figured-
made it a bigger thing. But you know, hindsight is 2020, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say, all right, if I got to the house,
Yeah.
then we'd make a big thing out of
Right.
it. But when I left St. Lucia, nobody,
Right.
you know, I just told, at that time, Dwayne was managing me and my family, my barber also. So I told him, hey, I go and try something. I come back this
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sunday. It's like, Teddy, where you going? I say, don't tell nobody nothing. I go and try something. You understand? I coming back.
So Tessanne Chin is not the first Caribbean person to actually go
Well,
there,
you
and
know,
I mean she came back with
she
the,
came back with-
everything.
But
But
here's what happened with the show, though. The show in the end got cancelled because Diddy's album didn't do well.
Right.
You understand? So the album was called The Last Train to Paris, and he was putting the groups together, musicians together for them to go on tour. So that didn't happen. So what happened is that everybody that got to the house and ended up in the season, different artists took them.
Took
like
them,
one of
yes.
the bassmen, one of my boys, he plays for Bruno Mars right now.
Wow.
You understand? So everybody had different
Yeah, yeah,
musicians.
yeah.
So it was a great learning experience.
Abs-
And it's not a place where, you know, when you get recognized, you know, you just stay right there.
Right.
So it is one of my experiences
Awesome.
that I could have, you know, come down and explain with my band and let them know how it's done over there, what's actually happening, how serious people take things, and, you know, so it's a little blessing for me.
so you came back, and then
Yeah.
you came back, you did your thing,
Yeah.
and then you started with the Trini Connection,
Yeah.
right? Land
Yeah,
of Wine.
Yeah.
And that's one of my personal favorites.
That happened with Precision in 2012.
And tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about Precision. Precision is not just
Yes,
any little pash studio, you know.
Precision is one of those that responsible for many hits, many of Marshall's hits, you know, Kerwin's hits, you know, voices. Just their work, the quality of their work, you know, is on another level. And in 2012, I wanted that same quality. You know, when you want something, you had to basically save up for it
Right.
because quality costs. So I really did what I had to do and made all the links for us to work together. So that year, 2012, we probably produced about 4 or 5 Precision songs.
Yes.
You understand? Land of Wine, Sweet Soca Music, Baka, you understand? All that kind of stuff. First Time was produced with Precision.
Right.
You know, Gone Clear, all these songs on
Right.
there. And they just came from a heavy year of the Antilles rhythm coming out. You know, so everybody was making that connection.
Right.
So, you know, I got them to come over to St. Lucia. We vibed and you know, we spoke to them about the long-term goals and setting those goals and what we wanted to do with the music.
Right.
And that's what Precision became. And from there, the network, you know, just became a little larger, you know.
So we've been talking a lot about your journey through the groovy side
Yeah,
of things,
yeah.
but you did dabble
Yeah.
a bit in the power.
But I ain't doing that again. I'm not doing that again. Pringles, big up yourself. I not.
Oh my gosh! But you were pretty good. You
Let
were
me
you
tell
were
you,
a strong contender in
I begged that year Pringles tell me, Teddy, I not going. I begged Pringles because Pringles had a song with Mr. Vibes. Now the song had a nice singy part, so I was like, okay, that singy, I go do that. Pringles tell me, Teddy, no, I don't want to go. Pringles not well. I say, Pringles, bro, dog, we going. Thing have a vibe, we going. So we say we going like Superman and Batman. You know, Pringles is Superman and I is Batman.
And you're
so
Batman.
we get costumes and all that kind of thing. And before I start, my costumes, you know, my little horn, it's like that. By the time I go on stage, the thing looking like Wonder Dog. So they had to change.
I like Snoopy.
Yeah, Snoopy. So they had to change my thing from Batman to Wonder Dog. I ran across the stage twice. After that, I tell Pringles, now we are going back in that again. Both of us on a stretcher. That's not looking good for society. You know, it's not, nah. So Pringles was my first, you know, time going inside. But that year we placed third. You understand? With that one. And what was it? Hi. That was the name of the song. Hi. Yeah. So all that time I wanted to take a Pringles didn't want me to go, but I was like, go love get a shot. He tell me, all right, Teddy, we could do that because of you. The next year I ended up going, but by myself.
Right.
And that was the year I had Mash It Up. You understand? And that running across the stage and he run me my face out. You see that thing there? I leave it for those that could
do it. Because it takes a real breed of artists.
I'm a groovy person.
Yes.
And what I found is that I was like, if you're doing power, you shout, you don't really, I don't know of any singing power person. You sound strange if you singing nice, you know.
Right.
So for me,
it's a real bacchanal thing.
It's a real bacchanal thing. So I actually have 3 power songs. It was Gone Clear, Baka, you understand, and Mash It Up, which I
There was a Bam Bams, and that's the other thing. For somebody who came out of church, God, I thought you actually came from the Bam Bam family. You know, there was a Calypsonian, Mahandra, she had a song, Bam Bam family. Every song seemed to be focused around that part of the woman's anatomy.
Yes, I went through that phase. That was a phase. I went through.
So you're a butt guy.
Yeah, I went through that phase. I went through that phase. The phase was like, okay, Teddy, that have to play in the club. That you know, you had the girls have to do this, the girls have to do that. So I gone through that.
It's a lot of pressure.
I went through that. So being in studio and working, and just getting different ideas from different people. There was a point I remember I was recording a song by 758 and I had to say Bacchanal. And I tell the fellas I'm not saying Bacchanal. And they had to call Dwayne, which was the manager at the time, to tell me, Teddy, you understand? You can't give the fellas trouble. So I have that kind of, you know.
Right.
But I went through that phase of you know, the Bam Bam phase and all songs. And when I check a bunch of my songs, you know, every song had that in it. But I had an awakening when I always tell people that story when I was walking through the mall, GQ Mall, and there was a young kid from Montessori, you know, young, probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9, I don't know. She's like, you Teddy St. John? I was like, yeah. You know, she said, can you take a picture? I said, all right, no problem. And then she says, can you do me a favor? Can you sing a song without mentioning Bum Bum?
Oh.
Yeah, so when a child tells you that, you oughta check yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be the most popular thing at the time, but if you want to do something different and stand out, you know, you gotta check yourself. And for me, that was the turning point. There's a lot of songs I used to do before that I'll not do now because I just wanted to try something totally, you know, different, against the grain of what works.
Right. And we saw that. We saw a progression from the popular secular Bam Bam and a little stuff. Listen, I mean, I will confess.
Now you have to know.
You know, I like my little Land of Wine. I like my little, you know. But I'll tell you, my all-time favorite is Coming Down the Road. There was not one bit of slackness coming out of that song. And that song made me want to chip Carnival. And I'm not a Carnival person.
I think it can be done. I mean, you can do it. You can do it with that. You can do it with not going down there. But I mean, everybody
is different.
It's open to everybody, so not knocking anybody's style or their vibe. You know, I went through that, you know, and I just wanted to try something totally different. And when I tried something totally different, like for instance, out of all the songs I ever did, the most positive one is the one that actually had me touring everywhere and you know, touching the world and people across the world. So
Right. So we saw you, flying that away, with your Ali song.
Yeah,
And talk to us about that journey from now, because you're now not competing anymore.
Yeah. I pulled out of competition in 2012. When I won with Land of Wine, 2012, I dropped out of competition.
That was a good year to start.
That was an amazing.
You ended on a high.
On a high.
And
So,
I wanted more.
Yeah,
and I know we wanted more, Solution, right? We wanted more.
I know.
But
But everything. The story is so long. There's so much to talk about because the story is an amazing journey from where I've been to what we doing now. And dropped out of competition and just wanted to do something different. I changed management. You understand? It was Darwin Boulding, you understand, and Dahlia, you understand, and that little team of people, and we just wanted to do things different. I told them I wanted to do an album. It was like, okay, I want to do an album. And I think I have a bunch of songs and nobody don't really know how to get certain things. So I wanted to do an album and probably have a little launch, and see what's going on.
That was not a little launch.
Yeah, the launch ended up turning into a concert on a Thursday night with 1,500 people.
Wow, amazing.
At Gaiety.
And their Euphoria was born?
And their Euphoria was born.
That was euphoric.
That was euphoric.
Wow.
It stemmed from love. The first show was called Love, Passion, Music. When we sat together and we decided, why did we want to do it? We had a meeting, the band, everybody. We decided, Darwin was like, guys, why do we really want to do it? And the most words which came up was because we love it, because we have a passion for it, and what we love and have a passion for is music. So that's what happened.
Wow.
And then we ended up transforming Gaiety into something amazing.
That was amazing.
You remember that? Yeah,
oh yes.
Yeah. So we ended up transforming Gaiety into something just, beautiful. And again, it's something that we started and we couldn't turn our back because everybody wanted that because it was never in the
so
carnival.
You're on a different plane at that point.
Everybody was on a different carnival. For us, we wanted to. The difference with what Euphoria has been or brought out was the arts part of it. So it's a show where we mix the music and
because
the
you have the dancing, you've got the music, you've got real musicians. You could tell that they're so into what they're doing. And at one point, I remember people saying those dancers are not St. Lucian girls because there was none of that all. And I come back to the word slackness and
They are people that you can get here that's on the same level and they want to do stuff different. And we just wanted to be a set of different people. We didn't want to
everything about Euphoria, from the girls' costumes.
Yeah.
It would never been seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, before in competition night, you'd see girls just coming with what things that they had at home. They just pull on a pair of shorts and this one have this and not matching outfit, nothing cohesive, and you just elevated that. So you were like an institution within an institution.
Within that, and there were so many people that were able to bring in and make the vibe happen. I loved working with the kids. The young dancers. Every year I would tell the dance instructor, make sure you have the young ones there. You understand?
And the dancing is not salacious. That's what I like about it.
Very nice.
It's very sexy. It's very grown, but it's not very. It appeals to the masses on every different level.
We had those the stilt walkers from Labrie.
Yes.
Everybody there. It was a show where everybody. It was like a production, and that's what we love, and that's what I think. Separated us from everybody else because of the production of what it was. It was not something that, okay, you come to, that one just hop on stage and go. It's a flow of a
and the rehearsal, you could see the cohesiveness of it. You could tell that people, you didn't just say, okay, I want you on my show, I want you on my show. Come together.
Everybody is carefully selected.
Yes, and you could see that some effort was put into it. You rehearsed, it was practiced, it came together seamlessly.
But it's a lot of work. Even with the mishaps on the show, you not know. But there are a lot of the shows where we have mishaps and miscounts and, but making sure. But I try my best to put on a proper, product, that people can say, hey, you can take that and shop that, you understand, on the international scene or something close to that. For me, when I did a lot of the touring, I went to different events and watched concerts. I would go and watch a Usher live. I would watch a Chris Brown live.
Right.
But
So
not
you're always evolving.
Yeah. So for me, I would look not in the fed running, screaming,
Yes.
but I chilling and watching how the lights work there. How
Right.
quick. Okay, when you go to a slow jam song, the lights just change. You understand everything. What the stage setup is like. And when I come back here, I just rinse on everybody.
Right.
I mean, we don't have the resources. St. Lucia's what it is.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is. But we try to make it. We try to use it and make it into something that we can. We use what we have
Right.
to do what we have to do.
But one of the things that struck me, when you did the Trinidad international soca thing
Yeah.
with Ali,
Yeah.
one of the things that I heard quite a bit was
Yeah.
that this guy has real vocals, and
Yeah.
he's an energy god, but his vocals never waver. How do you maintain? I mean, it's not easy running up a flight of stairs and talking to somebody, much less doing what you do,
Yeah.
hyped, adrenaline pumping, and still being able to maintain your vocals.
It's a lot of work. For me, I survived that Trinidad round because I think I used to get a lot of rest in between. I was not one that, okay, fed there. And like if I know I had to work, I'm somebody like when I travel to do shows, I am going to rest before, the show. After the show, you can do what you're doing. But if it's something where we had to do, the Trinidad run was hectic. Sometimes we had 5-6 events in one night. So hit one stage, go there, hit another.
Right,
so
right.
anytime I got an opportunity to just rest, I did. I don't drink, I don't smoke. So for me, that probably helped a lot. But the Trinidad run was amazing. It felt like a dream for me because these shows is stuff that I used to watch on television.
And I mean, you came with a song like Ali. I mean, it's not an English
foot-
word,
yeah,
and people
yeah.
took to it. Like they really gravitated towards that. I was a little nervous, let me tell you, because it's different from what you're used to,
But Laura,
and it's
people-
different from what we're used to
But
getting
peop-
from
but
Trinidad.
People, okay, for instance, when I did Ali in St. Lucia, people didn't really take on Ali for what it is. That year when I decided to go all inspirational, I put out Catch It, Lift Me Up, Ali. People were like, Teddy, we won the land of wine, Teddy, where the sweet soca, I was like, yeah, there, but with that year we just decided to go a
that
different,
route.
We just wanted to try because the concert was inspiration. So we wanted to do music that went with the theme of what,
Right.
the concert was. And people didn't really, take it
I
on
think we
until-
catch it
we catch
from
it,
Trinidad.
Yeah, we catch it
We-
from
we-
Trinidad
yeah,
because
yeah.
What happened is that after Carnival, that's when I did the video.
Yes.
Like we tend to think when St. Lucia Carnival is done, then everything is finished. Nah, there's a whole world out there that we can
Right.
touch with our music. So
Right.
after Carnival, I shot like 3 music videos.
Right.
3 music videos. I had one with Skinny Fabulous. That one we didn't put that one out. Called Full Custody.
Yeah.
And I had one with Catch It.
I have a
Yeah.
serious
Yeah.
joke for
I'm
you
telling you.
on Full Custody. My
What
sister
happened?
is going to be laughing.
Uh.
I love that song.
Yeah.
So I'm
Thank
driving.
you.
I'm driving down. I'm coming from Castries. I'm driving down to Labrie, and I'm blaring. I'm alone, so my sunroof is
Hey,
down.
and you're singing.
And I'm singing. Can't
Flex
sing
yourself,
for
flex
lick, guys.
yourself,
Singing.
flex yourself.
And then so this song is playing, and I'm like, wow, he remixed that song. The sirens really sound so real.
Yeah, sirens,
but
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a vehicle
Yes.
behind me. I think it was an ambulance. Behind me,
serious?
everybody has pulled up on the side, and
And
I
you're
look
there.
forward, and I'm
The
driving,
sirens
and I'm
real, the
saying to
sirens
myself, what's going on? And the vehicles in front of me are all pulling to the side, but I'm driving. I'm like, oh my god!
So little again, you end up in a gutter.
Almost end up finding
Oh,
myself
And
charged.
you know the song of
You know?
Sirens for True? in the
Yes,
end.
because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
you remix the song because the sirens sound so real.
So all the time you think
But
it is the
it's
sirens.
yeah,
the
yeah. I
police
thought it
are
was
behind you.
yeah.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I'm like, whoa, Laura, you just. Yeah, and it
Oh,
took me a
Lord.
while to get back on the road because I was shocked, I was mortified, and then I started laughing. I called my sister, and she says, "What, girl? I don't have bail money." Yeah. But I remember seeing the vehicles, I'm thinking, wait, what's
What
going on?
there? But
And then I looked to the
you
back
then
of
begin
me.
full
Yeah,
custody
yeah,
and
full
singing
custody.
away.
Feel full custody.
Windows
So,
down.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, and I'm full blast, full blast.
You're
So
right.
that was my full custody. I almost got caught, went to
oh,
custody.
Lord.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
year we did full custody. We did Catch It. We never
Yeah.
released those videos. We just decided to go with Ali first.
Ali, yeah.
And when we went with Ali, it just latched on. Like
Yeah.
everybody was like, it's very different. You know,
Yeah.
they wanted to know what Ali meant.
Yes.
You know,
I
so,
remember watching a video of you in Trinidad. I think it
Yeah.
was by the side of the road or something. I can't remember it's a program that they have.
Synergy.
Synergy,
Yeah,
yeah.
Synergy Friday night.
Yeah. And that was really cool. And I could see the girls in the background with, I don't know what costumes they were wearing.
You know already. We had to make do. We had to make do.
We're
You
doing
make it
the
while
little
the
thing.
sunshine.
Yeah,
You know?
that was really cool.
Yeah, it was amazing to be a part of that because Trinidad, let's say, is I would say, everybody would pretty much say like Trinidad is like the America or the USA of
Yeah,
soca.
you're right.
You understand? It's like, okay, once you then you can make an impact
Yeah.
there, you can. So it was amazing, and all of the friendships and networks that I met and maintained, it made it easier for even the next year.
So you did that, and then we have to talk about Big People Party.
Oh.
We have to touch a little bit on that. We're not gonna, focus on too much of the negativity.
We don't know negative. Yeah.
What happened?
I mean, the issue was never with me and Farmer. Farmer and I cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes is your intellectual property can be taken. So many different things
Mm-hmm.
can happen. It happens all the time in music. It's just that with soca, you don't really make too much money from
Right,
it. If it happened
right.
overseas,
Yeah.
a couple of millions in your pocket, you're
Yes,
nice.
yes,
But
right.
here the hook, I was always good with hooks and melodies.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the hook and the melody of the song and sent it over to one of their writers to finish up, for me. And when I work on projects, I work with different people to see what can happen if I get a different flavor, and then we choose which one. So basically, they didn't hear from me, so they decided to take the hook of what I did and sell it to somebody else. Sold it,
right.
And that's how it happened. But people like to fuel a lot of things. Sometimes you have one person shishering in your ears, another
Yeah.
one doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and you just want to, and you've never even spoken, but it's like so many people telling you different
Yeah.
things. But that day in New York, it was a Labor Day in New York, and Farmer and I met, and Penn was there with us also, and it was like, just squash that. And I was like, I told him it was never, I never had any, problems or beef with you.
That's not like the Americans and the
Yeah,
rappers,
yeah, we had
They're
no
no beef, right?
But we
Maybe
cool.
pork, but
Yeah,
not beef.
yeah. I had no pork with you. You understand? But it happened that way, and that night, Marshall called us on stage, and we performed at the Brooklyn Museum, Brass Fest. With that song, I remember that year, I watched Soca Monarch in Trinidad and water in my eye watching, because I'm hearing people singing.
Yeah, yeah,
A hook
yeah.
of a song.
Yeah, and that's your
yeah,
song.
And I was like, wow, okay. So I could have dealt with it in two ways. I could have gone a negative route and that kind of
Yeah.
vibe. But it just taught me to believe in myself and
Yes.
say, hey, Teddy,
You're that good.
You're doing something
Yeah,
there
yeah.
that if you continue
Yeah.
to do, your time will come.
Right.
And
But
that's
really, Farmer Nappy owes you a thank you, because I think that from that song, his career just shot
Yeah, well, it did. It
up.
did.
I mean, he came from
that was because
almost obscurity.
He was Farmer has always been a part of HD, Marshall's life
Yes.
for a long time. So when Marshall did the rebranding and everybody went, solo, that was a song probably after that really
Yes.
catapulted,
Right.
So it was good to know, but it's amazing. I had no, boards with everybody. I'm calm and cool.
You good?
I just decided to go back in studio
Yes.
and work and keep on working and keep on pushing, no matter how hard it was, just keep on pushing, keep on working it out, and that's what happened.
So you did that in 2012. The following year, you started Euphoria. And then Euphoria is 5 years running.
5 years.
And this year is even bigger, because you've
Wow.
got 7 kings,
Let me-
7 artists who've won titles
Let me
on
tell
one
you, Laura,
stage.
that Seven Kings thing came late, you know. We just check while we put in everything together. When Darwin sent us Darwin sent the artwork, and when he put up Seven Kings, we check in, but really and truly,
Yes.
everybody on the lineup
Has won a title.
have won a title or two
Yeah.
or more.
Right.
You know, so it really and truly, hey, is Seven Kings.
Amazing.
You know, so Seven
Run
Kings on stage.
through the Seven Kings we're talking
Of
about.
course, from Antigua we have Tian. You know,
And Tian started
that's
with you in the
Tian
first year?
started with me. We've known each other from the get go, and Tian, the kind of love that we have is that when either of us are doing any projects and we call out for each other to help, we
That's
come
nice.
through. What I
Amazing.
did a show in Bahamas, and I had to fly to Antigua because he was doing his 10-year anniversary of his stuff. So it was nice to actually be there with him. Tian been there with us, so it's only right he comes in on the 5th year.
Right. I
anniversary.
mean, that's a milestone.
That's a milestone.
And he's done what? This is his fourth out of
This is
the
his
5.
fourth, yeah. This
That's
is his fourth.
that's
with
amazing.
us.
That's
So
nice.
it's amazing. We have we have Arthur. You understand?
Yes.
Of course, 3 times.
3 times, Groovy
Yeah,
Monarch.
this year he looking to go and take a 4th. Big up yourself, my
Well.
brother. You understand? Arthur there. We have Ricky T on there. Tizzle was at the first one. I remember inside Gitty.
Right,
So
right.
I tell him, yo, you have a couple of my favorite songs to come
Yes,
and do.
of course.
You understand? So Ricky going to be
And
there.
he is taking, it's like almost what you're doing.
Yeah.
Except that you're ahead because he's taking his game, he's stepping up his game.
Everybody-
New management
I
and just
think-
stepping up the
I
game.
think everybody is basically trying to do something and take it serious. If you don't
Right.
take yourself serious, nobody not gonna take you serious.
Right.
So everybody had some inspection to do with themselves
of
and
course.
evaluation of themselves.
Right.
And big up Ricky. I love what's happening.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean,
Yeah.
we basically after Carnival we tour a lot. You understand, and give music to everybody,
Yes.
and most importantly represent St. Lucia.
Yes.
Country first, island first for us. Everybody
Absolutely.
know where we from. On the show we have Voice, which is the 2-time
Yeah,
monarch.
yeah, yeah.
Voice in Trinidad. The first time Voice came to St. Lucia, Voice was like, Teddy, listen to me. I am inviting myself. You don't have to, And he was like, so when Voice won, I was like, Voice, oh Lord, so Voice, I can't afford you. I mean, because, Voice, price go up. I
Right,
mean, you
right.
win. It's like, Teddy, I am coming to Euphoria. Boy, book my ticket. It's like, okay. You understand? So Voice coming through.
Right.
We have
And that's
one
the second installment.
That's the second, yeah. We have Kerwin Dubois.
Oh my gosh, like I
You
really love this
understand?
guy. This guy
Let
is
me-
like,
Laura, we
he's
try-
amazing.
we
He's
try to
awesome.
we try to make a playlist for Kerwin of songs. And let me tell you something. If we had to check ourselves, I don't know, because there's just so much
it would be
material.
It would be a concert within a concert.
Within a concert, we had to
Right.
give him his little set to do what he had to
Yes,
do, because
yes.
with Kerwin, that is somebody that I always wanted, like one of my biggest inspirations in there. Number one, because he's not one of those that artists, okay, you go through an email, you see a bunch of songs and you pick and choose. Nah, he writes his own, he produces his own.
Oh, nice.
You understand? So
Nice.
he's a
project in and of
I'm
himself.
telling you, he's
Yeah.
a beast in a studio. And we got to know each other and got introduced to Dr. G, which is one of the biggest DJs we got in the boss of Toronto, Soca Prince.
Right.
And Jay introduced, I never forgot that time. Jay introduced, he called Kerwin, and he called me, and he told Kerwin, you see Tellison, there's good people, I really want, you understand this and that. And Kerwin and I just started liming and vibing, and it got to a point where our relationship became closer, where he invited me to his studio at his house, and state-of-the-art studio. I couldn't, my mouth dropped when I go there and see the kind of stuff the man rolling with, because I understand, and I was like, you doing all of that, and projects, and when we started working together, it was amazing. Kerwin was one for me that didn't need any sort of advice from me, because
I mean, he's the man.
You've
Yeah,
been doing
yeah.
what you're doing. You're writing
You're right.
major hits.
Yes, and he's been writing forever, even before he
Ever.
became
You know how many
known as an artist
Laura, you
in and of
know-
himself. He's been doing
you know
the
how
background
much
thing.
I'm telling you, real tune for everybody. Kes, he wrote and produced Witless for Kes. You understand?
Imagine that.
Yeah, and Marshall, and these are songs that has catapulted these
Yeah.
guys and make them, So Cohen, when I got to work with him, I got to actually produce a song called Magnetic. You know, with him, I got to co-produce Arrogant for him. We write songs together. We send songs, ideas for each other, that kind of vibe. If we in studio, have a, you know, we vibing and we checking what's going on, and we work it out and see what's up. So one of my biggest influences, you know, they coming through, and I'm happy about that. And we have Herb Black.
Suzette Self.
Lord Suzette on the stage.
I think I heard something. Do we have a call? We have a call? Okay. Oh, wow. Look at the time. It's already time for us to open the lines. Yes. Thank you for holding. You're on the air. What's on your mind? Hello? Okay. So the calls are starting to come through. So we need to take a quick break.
Not a problem.
We need to take a quick. We've got some tickets to give away.
Not a problem.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll vibe a little bit more, answer some questions, and ask some questions. Wow. I told you. See you on the other side of the break. Welcome back to English, and thank you for staying tuned. And we're going to start this segment. The lines are open, but before you call, I have to read this text message, this WhatsApp message. We've been getting tons, and we have a call. So we'll take the call, and then I'll read you the message. Oh, yeah. Thank you for calling. We keep losing the calls, Junior. But anyway, let's get through the WhatsApp. I had to go to my phone to see if you told us a legend was in with you. Tell him he is our version of a local mashup. Our own superstar.
I want to cry.
And thanks for not being stoosh.
I want to cry.
Listen, and thanks for not being stoosh when I pass and I give him a shout out. He always answers.
My girl.
And then she goes, more respect to TJ. No pash affair. Effort brings perfection.
Thank you.
Ketchup.
Thank
we
you.
catch it. This is correction, and we catch it. Yeah. Perfectly said. The USA of soca, and he right up there with them. So TJ, big up yourself, you large. The people love you. They love you. They love you. And that's true. I have been around where people just, hey TJ, and you answer. Yeah. We have a call. Yes, you're on the air. Okay, I think they're waiting. I think they're dropping the line because they're waiting for a giveaway.
Yes,
so let's deal with that. Okay, so we know that Euphoria is in its 5th year.
Yes.
Okay?
Thursday. Can you believe that?
Yes.
Thursday.
Hello, good evening. You're on the air.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, TJ.
Hello, Coco, how are you?
I'm okay.
All right, everything nice, everything nice. I'm hanging with Miss Laura.
I see that.
Yes.
So you want to say something, or are you calling for the question?
Finally.
Why?
Okay, well, we know you have mad vocals, but that's not the question. So we're not going to ask you to sing something because we know you'll win. So we're going to ask you, of Euphoria is in its 5th, this is its 5th installment. If you could name for us, let's see, 3 songs that TJ has put out in the 5 years which he started Euphoria. So just give us 3 songs. It's going to ask for 5, but I like you.
That's supposed to be easy, yeah?
That's easy. Okay, so 5 years from now, he started Euphoria. Name 3 songs that he's put out within that time.
You humming on that there?
Land of Wine.
Yes.
Coming down the road.
Say it like you know it.
No, coming down the road. Coming down the road is not in it. TJ is giving you wrong information. He so wants to give it to you. It is not coming down the road was his first song.
That was my first song.
Yes, his first song.
Oh yeah, so the trick is in the 5 years.
In the 5 years.
They have you there, my girl.
Yes,
they have you, Coco. They have you.
So the 5 years of Euphoria, 3 songs that he's put out since then. So you got it right. Land of Wine is 1.
Ali.
Ali, of course. Say it like you mean it.
Yes.
And I have so many songs to choose from, but
but how's you?
Straight free.
I think that was too easy.
Yeah,
I
but
should have
that's too
tell her
easy.
5.
Yeah,
But
that's too
three.
easy.
You've given us 2. Give us another one. Very easy.
So stress free not there.
Huh?
Wine up on me not there. On the road not there.
But
Boy,
but she giving us.
boy,
You
boy.
not,
not
okay,
there.
you giving us. Oh wait.
Give the girl the thing there. Give it to her. Give it. You win, my girl. You win. Sorry,
You
it's like
won
with
your-
this your program there. You know, you don't know how you know the songs.
Okay, so you've won yourself a ticket to Euphoria
Yay.
on Thursday. Okay, so you need to give us your information. Do we take it off air?
Junior.
So you'll give.
I feel like Rick Win. Junior.
So you'll give Junior your name, and then we'll tell you how to get. How did you get the tickets?
Yes, no. Give Junior your name,
name?
and we're going to link you.
All
You
right.
understand? And the number.
Right.
I'll
So
have the
give a
team.
name
Yes.
and number, and then
Yes.
TJ will get back to you.
No
So
problem.
that was number 1.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, but TJ, we're talking about the 7.
Yeah,
The 7.
yeah.
So we have Tian, we have
Tian,
yourself, we
that's
have
right.
Ricky.
That's right.
We
Yeah,
have
Black.
Hell Black.
We have Voice.
Voice.
We got Cohen.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, before we continue, guys, I have a special something. I want to go to Euphoria, but I'm going to try a little something different.
Okay.
Every time people always say, I don't never see you nowhere, you never go nowhere, and da. So I'm going to give for my WhatsApp fans, those of you who are watching,
Okay.
and you don't want to call, you never call, but you always send me a message here and there. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go to Euphoria with me. So you need to send me. You need to send
Anybody that have a crush on Laura, organize yourself
you
now.
need to send me on WhatsApp why you think I should choose you to go to Euphoria.
Boy, fellas, check
okay,
yourself.
so you need to send that to me.
Boy,
Oh, that's
boy.
only for the WhatsApp users, right?
That's special day, you know.
Yeah,
No kind of.
yeah. So you tell me, and I will select somebody to go to Euphoria.
You picking
with
them
me.
up? How did it go in? Explain
That's
it.
not your business.
All right, sorry.
Mind your business.
All right, I apologize.
That one is
I
not
apologize.
about you. We're spreading the love. We're spreading the love.
Yes.
We're spreading the
Yes.
love, right? Right. So we'll give one more. What are we going to ask?
It's you know.
Okay.
It's
We have a call. Hello.
Hello.
You're on the air. What's on your mind?
I'm there.
Hello?
TJ, how you doing?
Yeah, my brother, how are you?
Hi there.
Everything good?
Yeah.
You look like you sound like you ready there for Tuesday. Huh?
Yeah.
He just wants us to ask the question.
Yeah, you want us to ask the question?
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
Okay. You want us to ask the question. That's going to be an easy one. It's going to be so easy. I'm going to try to make it hard. Okay? But it's very easy. This is the 5th installment of Euphoria, and TJ is going to have on stage with him 6 kings. Name them.
Ha!
Tian Winters, Voice.
Say it again. I didn't hear you say that again.
Come
Say it again.
Tian Winters,
Uh-huh.
Voice.
Uh-huh.
Corinne Dubois.
Uh-huh.
Arthur Ale.
Uh-huh.
Her Black. Ricky T.
I suspect you have a flyer in front of you right now.
I suspect so. and of course, TJ makes number 7.
Yes, and today is actually 5 years since the Euphoria.
Wow.
Absolutely,
Wow. Blessings,
absolutely, yes.
blessings.
So we'll take your name and number off air, and then we'll link you.
Okay, no problem.
Great.
Yeah, man.
So
Congratulations.
they've been listening and they're good. But this one, I mean, the last winner is going to be.
That is your
through-
date.
Yeah, I should have said that earlier.
Earlier on, let me
so
tell
that
you.
you could have helped me select. But you know how it works. You know how you're gonna have to trust that I'm going to do a good job.
Hello, this goes out again. Check Laura's WhatsApp. Make sure you know.
You can send it to me at 284-6536. That's the WhatsApp number to use.
Yeah.
Or you could send me an email. Maybe you want to send me an email at laurajeppy@gmail.com. And let's get this thing going.
Laura in a white dandan. How you mean?
Oh my gosh, you've got to wear white. I don't
Yes,
wear
they
white.
have to wear that.
I
They
don't.
have to wear.
Oh
Listen
Lord
to me.
Jesus.
Euphoria is a white affair. You
We have
understand?
a white affair. So
A white affair.
I'm going to
Hello?
get white. We have a call. Hello? Hello? Oh, the call dropped. Somebody says to me, I dare you 5 because the person can have fun with me, and that's a belated birthday gift.
Boy, so
God.
people chatting on air.
Yeah. So that's one. Because it would serve as a belated birthday gift. That's another belated
that is
birthday gift.
beautiful.
No, we're not giving tickets away. They have to send me a WhatsApp message as to why I should take them with me.
You serious?
Yeah.
So chat up Lauren now at, what's it the number again?
284-6536.
Yes.
And we're getting them. Oh Lord.
What
Well,
is
now that was a business. That was a business one. I'll give it to you. I'll give you that
Lord.
message after.
All right.
But certainly I'll hook you up.
Yes,
You know who you
yes,
are?
yes,
I'll hook
yes,
you up.
Yes, not a problem.
Yeah.
I think we can give away one more ticket.
We can give
Open
away
the
one more
lines.
ticket?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
feeling special.
Okay, we open
it's
the
our 5th year anniversary. I've been fortunate to have a lot of people that's been supporting the movement and
Yes.
the vibe. The people that's just been coming no matter what.
Absolutely.
And last year I remember it rained.
Yes,
Last year, and it rained.
yes.
And when I saw people
Let me
come
tell you,
out,
and I see people, they
You
tip in
understand?
colors and everybody
Yes.
just happy to be in all of that.
When I saw that, I was
That was
like,
amazing.
Lord. When I saw that, I was like, Lord, it was amazing to me, and I couldn't do it without every
Absolutely.
single supporter. Every
And you've
single-
got an amazing
you know,
team with you.
thank-
I mean,
let me tell you-
Dahlia is amazing,
Let
event
me tell you
manager
something.
galore.
Events,
She's
you can't talk to Dahlia.
Yeah,
Dahlia events.
yeah.
I wanted to big up, and I would have done that closer to the end, but we'll do it now. I cannot do it alone. There's no I in team. You understand? It takes a team effort to make everything happen. So I really want to big up my management. You understand? The creative directors behind that, Mr. Darwin God, Dahlia, which is the event, manager. Sammy does the social media, Usha, the accountant, just making sure everything is, well done. James, on the photography and all that kind of stuff. Also, my band, you understand? I have an amazing band. I have an amazing set of musicians. I have guys that's been with me from the get-go. Time of Sojourn into Blue Mango,
Wow.
Zach Popo
Wow.
on
Yes,
guitar.
yes,
Zach been
yes.
with me from there. We have Peppy, which is the musical director, and the producers. Well, we work together. He produced Ali, you understand, with me. Byron on drums, you understand, from coming a long way, and we have Casey, on bass. I have a strong core, with me that just supports and through the tough times, people don't know what happens in the background to put on.
Have you ever worked with Boo?
Not on a probably in a couple of ads, but not to say.
But not.
Yeah,
Do you think
we've
of
done.
getting a collaboration? I think
that's easy
Boo
to
is so
do.
amazing.
Yeah, that's
But
easy to
like
do.
it's a big giant over there, and you were
that we do.
Yeah.
I think we just have to make time to get a project. You understand,
Right, yes.
together, because
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, what Boo does, and Boo on the jazz and
Yes,
with the
yeah.
soca, it's a little different. So we
it's
just
a
have
little
to-
different, but look at what this guy from Barbados, what's his name there, the guy with the saxophone. Arturo is doing with, let me tell you,
Arturo is stupid, Arturo is
this
smart
man is amazing. What he does with soca music and take that
and see how he packages
yes,
that kind of
yes.
vibe. And
I would like to see something like that with,
it
you
will
know.
happen.
Yeah.
It will
yeah.
happen. It
Amazing.
definitely will happen.
Yeah.
You understand?
Great. So let's give away one more ticket before
Yeah,
we
we're
have
giving
to
away.
give
Yeah, we're giving away one more ticket. You understand, to Euphoria. People been asking so many questions. People been asking,
have a call. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
I'm calling to win a ticket, please.
She calling to win a ticket. She haven't worried about you, TJ.
Yeah, you
You're
haven't
just
said nothing. You
incidental.
done pack me on a side. You done pack me on a side. You calling to win a ticket. You all right? It's okay.
Nothing but love, CJ.
Yes,
nothing
baby.
but love.
Nothing but love, darling. Talk to us, Laura. Talk to
Okay.
them.
The very first Euphoria. What was the theme of that first Euphoria?
I attended, but I can't remember the thing.
Oh well, you
You
have
what?
to.
You sticking that, Coco? You sticking
that.
that?
You sticking,
Okay, I'll
and,
try
and I
again.
know you know the answer.
You know the answer. You
Yeah.
sticking that?
Yeah. So the question is, what's the theme of the first Euphoria? So try again.
Okay.
Okay. Love.
Yeah. All right, love. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. So the lines are open. Ooh, listen to this one. I want to rock with you because you look like someone who knows how to have fun, and I want to see how you. How I bad and bomb, man.
You see them kind of things, you listen. You see them kind of things.
We have another call.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air. Yeah.
Caller, you on the air?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Hi.
Yes, good
Please
night.
lower down your television.
Yes.
You on the air?
Turn the volume down, please. We're having a feedback.
We experiencing some feedback right now. Please,
Okay, good.
yes.
Yes, that's much better. Yeah. So you're calling to win a ticket, right?
Yes, the
Right.
question you asked.
The question,
caller.
yes. She's
What-
telling
what
me
you
what
said?
question I should ask her. The question I could ask the previous caller.
But you rude.
I should change the question, right?
I changing the question on you.
No. I really need a ticket and I know the answer to that question.
Oh.
And you know the answer?
Yes.
Okay, what's it?
Okay, the theme for the first concert was love, passion, music.
Yeah,
Love, passion. Okay, you know what? But because you had time to research the answer,
Yeah, she going on
you
my,
researched the answer on
We
that
can be
one.
giving them more questions.
Yeah,
Them more questions.
give me. That year was a bumper year. We're having a really serious feedback, so you need to really turn down the volume
Turn
of the
down the
television,
television, please.
or walk away from the set if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
next
so that year was a bumper year for TJ. Name two of the songs that he put out that year.
Oh my god.
Oh, your
come
God?
on.
Oh, your God? What happened to your God?
I can't remember.
Okay, just give me one. Just give me one. Just give me one.
Was it? Oh my god, I can't think right now. I think I'm too excited.
Just think about the answer that you gave for the first question.
Oh my god, I can't think right now.
No, you can't think. You can't think. I
You
really
cannot
want to
think
give you.
right now. We want to give it
I
together.
want to give it to you. I want to give it to you. The answer is in the answer you just gave. If you can name one word, the answer there's a song, really lovely song. It has two words in the title. One of the words is in the answer you gave.
Yeah.
Love and passion, I think.
What you say?
Okay, so I'll give it to you. Love is in the word. Love is in the title. So give it to me now. Think about all the songs that TJ has that has love in the answer.
Oh my god, I'm blank right now.
Oh my God! Should we give it to her, TJ? What do you
Let
think?
her have it.
Let her have it.
Yeah. I go do that.
Yeah.
You sound like you by the road there. You in some bush trying to get service. I understand. We'll get to you.
Okay, so give our producer your name. Give our producer your name and number off the air, and then we'll get in touch with you on how to
Yes.
collect your ticket.
No problem.
And see you on Thursday.
Yes.
Of course you will.
Yes.
Amazing, and we're all out of time already, TJ. So.
The time passed real quick.
The time
you
passed,
said
and you were so worried. Yeah,
said so,
you were so
you
worried.
said so, you
Before we leave, before we close off, if there is anything that you could say to young and upcoming artists,
Wow.
you know, or even existing artists, established artists who are not getting the break that they desire, the break that they want, what would you say to them?
Keep on pushing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Persistence, keep on pushing. It's so easy. It's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to give up. I put something on my Instagram the other day and I said, when no one else believes, you believe. You understand?
That's a song right there, you know.
Yeah, when no one else, yeah. All right, you will get the credit right now. When no one else believes, you believe. I believe in dreams coming true. You understand? If it's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. My dream was always I always saw myself doing what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
We still have
we still have a caller?
okay, this is
We have a
our final call.
Final call.
Final call.
Teddyson is actually calling to answer that question for you. Don't give up. Miss Pascal would have been proud of you.
Wow.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I remember one time you were performing in Barbados, and when you got off the stage, they said, now it's time for we music.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you felt about that, but I actually felt bad
Wow.
as a solution. So, Laura, big up to you.
Thank you.
I do watch your show occasionally. When I saw you had Teddyson on tonight, I had to stop and watch the program.
Yeah, he's a
Thank
legend.
you,
You're a
thank
legend,
you,
right?
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not calling for a ticket, but I just wanted to answer that question for you.
Thank
Giving
you.
you an ease. You have enough work coming up on Thursday.
I know.
Persevere. Never give up. KO is an example. CD is an example.
Absolutely.
You an example.
Thank you.
Sharice is an example.
Thank you.
Ricky T is an example.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Henry Segment is an
Yep.
example.
Yep.
In St. Lucia, we have enough talent.
And you know what? You know what? All we trying to do is basically have people look at what comes from St. Lucia and take what we do seriously. But we have to take ourselves seriously as artists, and if that's what we want to do, for our careers, let's go. Don't matter what. Let's push, let's keep going. So I want to take this time to big up every single, artists in St. Lucia, group, everything, everybody that's just have that same goal to take music from 758 St. Lucia. One of my proudest moments is every time I'm on a stage. Trust me, every time they know, because they can get you mixed up quick.
Yes.
You understand? So my name is Tedison John and I'm from the island of St. Lucia.
Yes.
They had to know that.
Yeah,
You understand?
yeah.
So my brother, thanks again for everything and the support. You understand? Want to big up everybody again, every single artist. Make sure you check out the events. Make sure you check out everything. And St. Lucia Carnival has a buzz, this year. A lot of people are going to be coming in, to see what happens here.
Yes.
And I'm just happy that we actually going to be part of that.
Absolutely.
I'm grateful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
But TJ, this guy was the last caller.
Yeah.
I got a WhatsApp. Please let it be your last read.
Yes.
So I'm going to read this.
What
It's
you saying?
amazing to feel the attitude of gratitude from TJ for the support from fans and the strength, ability, and talent developed through his acknowledgement of God. Continue to keep it up. Continue to keep it unique, unreal, unbeatable, undisputed, undoubtedly
Wow.
unmatched.
Wow.
U5.
Wow.
So there
Wow.
you
It's
have
a
lots of
blessing.
fans. You have
It's
lots
a
of
blessing.
fans out there.
I
Lots
want
of fans.
everybody to come out on Thursday. Let me tell you something. You
Yes.
know how let's come everywhere late. No, we have to adjust
Oh,
that.
yes.
We have to adjust that. We have to adjust that. Listen to me. On Thursday, the show starts at 9 o'clock pronto. You understand? Pronto. If you miss 5 minutes of the introduction, you're going to miss a lot.
Whoa.
You understand?
That-
I
that-
want
that
everybody
message is for
here.
me.
I want everybody inside there.
I'm always fashionably late,
I
so
know.
they
So
have
hear that.
nothing like that,
Go
right?
and do what you go and do your hair tomorrow. Do your nails before. Yes. So make sure, fellas, go and shave your head by organize yourself.
Right.
So I want everybody inside Pigeon Island for 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Everybody. So come party. You understand?
So TJ,
Yeah.
can I come in my 5-inch heels?
you can come in anything you want to come in. It's okay. That's the only party when you.
So
you
when I
step
get
on
there,
somebody-
I can sit somewhere and look pretty.
You can if you want to, but that is going to be sitting. We don't sit down, we're not in church. We're not in no constitution. No! Nah. So
And I have to come in white.
yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I better put something
It's
in my
all
zig or
white.
something,
Listen to me,
because
it's
I
all-
am not looking
Laura,
to get
it's
dirty
all
in no.
white. Now that's the place you can come white and leave white. I go to a certain we're to a certain Grenada. We're going to a certain Grenada. You come white, you leave brown. That's a different thing.
Oh.
You
Oh, so we're
understand?
civilized
Yeah,
up in
so you
there.
see,
Okay.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but we having a great time. Go
All
get
right.
your white outfits. If your car gets something white, wrap yourself in a bedsheet, pillowcase, something. Wrap something. But,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, one of my
What
little
will-
girls. They're little girls that we have a little junior choir in Labyrinth.
Uh-huh.
And
Big
she
up,
wants,
Larry.
and you have to give me an autograph for her.
Okay, that's
she
not a
wants,
problem.
She wants an autograph.
Oh,
yes, so
Lord,
coming
that's
in.
not a problem.
So yeah, Aaliyah, your autograph is coming down tomorrow.
Yes, it's coming
Yeah.
down tomorrow.
Your autograph is coming.
I want to tell also everybody they can for the movement and following the movement. Of course, you can get your information at Euphoria Land on Instagram.
Your stilt walker, one of your stilt walkers on your show.
Big
On the show,
up.
this show is the best show in
Wow.
St. Lucia. I have performed alongside him. TJ,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
Coco Boy, good
It's a
stuff.
blessing.
Good,
Big up, big up,
yeah,
big up.
yeah,
You see, we
yeah.
try to bring everybody and incorporate the arts and that element of that, to bring up the Moko Jumbies and all that
Yes,
kind of
yes,
stuff. We want
absolutely.
to do that, so it's different. Everybody can keep abreast of what's happening on Euphoria Land on Instagram, also on Facebook, or you can check out you can follow me and see what I'm up to on Instagram at Tedison John TEDY.
And last 30 seconds,
Yeah.
the people who made it possible for Euphoria
Let me
5.
tell you something.
Your sponsors, your partners.
The sponsors has been with us. You understand? Bolding and Flo are the presenting sponsors.
Nice.
Everybody else, that's just been vibing. I can't mention everybody.
Everybody,
right now,
yes, 'cause we have
but
no
I
time.
just want to thank everybody for that support and everybody for taking a chance. You know, big up Unicoma taking a chance on us. You know, I know as companies it's hard to see something you want to invest in, and they took that chance with us. You know, and I'm just
And of course,
grateful.
DBS has been there with
oh
you.
Lord, how you
I mean,
mean?
how can you not? You know,
Oh Lord,
DBS
oh
there
Lord.
with you.
Yes,
DBS is there with
been
you.
there
Yeah.
from the get go, and
Yeah,
I want to
yeah,
thank you all
yeah.
for everything, for running the music, running the ads.
Yes.
I'm gonna be doing more music videos to give you all because I'm lacking on my
Absolutely.
music videos. So DBS is gonna make sure they have a lot. Of music
Absolutely,
videos, okay?
absolutely, and we love it. And guys, this is where we run completely out of time. I've already taken up 10 minutes, so we love it. Thank you so much for participating and for calling in. And you guys have to come out. If I am going to come out, you guys have to come out, okay? And I will let the person who's going to come with me, who's going to be accompanying me to Euphoria 5, I will let you know sometime tomorrow that you're the lucky winner. Boy, I hope I can choose.
I'm telling you.
I hope I can choose. So
Go
many
and
to
cut
go
your
to.
hair, organize yourself. You can't stand up by the door looking like that. Okay,
So,
make
yeah.
sure you're good. I want no chiffon and shit. You want?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll discuss. You'll tell me all the
Thank
things
you
to
very
look
much.
for.
Thank you very much. They
Because
can come by
I'm really
you
bad with that.
because you're going to be looking prosperous.
You know?
So you can have them looking by you like,
You know, like,
all right,
yeah,
okay,
right.
I understand.
Thank you so much. This is it. And TJ has taken us down the road to Euphoria. See you on Thursday. Ciao for now.
Let's go. I was coming down the road with your hands up on the road behind a truck on the road coming down. Anybody ready for Juve? Takanafa, I'm Mr. Juve. Takanafa, I'm Mr. Juve. Takanafa, I'm Mr. Juve. Let me see you in the side. Let me see you VIP. You good? You ready? You ready? 1, 2. Said I must have that woman to come on.